All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Japan. Ha! Spawning in the bottom of the map in the color blue. We do have SamWise 12 playing as the Japanese. Sending that cherry orchard out into the wilderness to find some sheep. Buffalo, rather. Water buffalo. Very valuable, especially to Japan. Put them on the shrines. One monk heading out there and the other just picking up the treasure in base there. But either way, going to open with that consulate in Age 1. His opponent, Ezad, playing as the Indians here in the top of the map in the color red. His monks also out on the map, picking up two separate wood treasures here. Not like the polar bears in a game we saw previously. Japan picking up the wood.
Easy.
Cheeky.
Gosh, that feels terrible, doesn't it? You spend all that time, all that effort, and then the Japanese player just comes in and says, "Don't mind if I do." And that's exactly what happened. We definitely got a couple of nice treasures out on the map. We've got the 80 coin, as well as a 50 coin up towards the north of the map. Got the polar bear. The polar bear looks particularly strange on this map. You know, you've got this more of a tropical climate, and the polar bear's just hanging out guarding a curious gibbon.
Yeah, I don't know why it's there either. Like, it must be because of Borneo, and one of the original ES developers must have thought, oh, it'd be really funny if we reference Lost, that TV show, and put a polar bear on this island or something. Like, I just cannot figure out why it's here. Like everyone knows it doesn't belong here, but it's just here, and it's still here. I don't know why it's here, but that must be it, right? Like, I don't see why it would be here.
It's not a bad treasure. I especially love picking up this treasure as the United States because it's an 80 XP treasure. You snipe the polar bear for 25 XP, and then you pick up the curious gibbon worth 55, and you get those the French immigrants in extra fast. I'm talking like 40 seconds. That's ridiculous. It feels
French. Oh, as US, right?
Yeah,
right.
As the United States, yes. So I love that treasure. Let's keep it. I'll start the petition. We're keeping the polar bear in the tropical climate.
Why is it guarded by a polar bear? It doesn't matter.
All right, so we've got SamWise in the south of the map now, sending the 3 fishing boats. Let's take a look at his deck, see what he's got going on. Pretty standard deck. He's got the Heavenly Calm in Age 1 as well. But other than that, we don't see any of the I can't pronounce them, so I'm not even going to try. We don't see any Age 3 warship cards. Do you want to
Attackaboons?
Attackaboons.
I don't know if that's right, but it sounds cool to say it.
It does sound
cool.
This
deck's called Water, so I think that's all we need to know.
And then on the opponent's side, on Ezad's side, he's sending in East Indiamen. So this obviously being the home choice of Ezad. Ezad did get to pick this map because he wasn't successful in the last game. So picking Malaysia as a safe map for him. And so going to try his luck with a 1v1 C deck. Lots of nice cards in here. Obviously the East Indiaman card in Age 1. Also got Rendering Plant, 2 Caravels, and the Frigate. And on top of that, improved warships. So definitely preparing to fight water with water. SamWise now in position, probably eyeing off this 65 coin treasure. His opponent, it is quite close to his base. But we're going to be seeing that age up coming in the Portuguese consulate. So now it's getting dropped down to Shogu Shrine. He's got 5 water buffalo, so not doing too bad. Let's check and see how many Ezad got. Ezad got 6 water buffalo, so relatively even. Not too many, but now the 65 coin treasure going down. Ezad going to be picking this one up. And the dock moving out on the map. Now, one of the curious things is the position of this dock. So the dock rickshaw, instead of it coming down underneath the town center and, you know, just an aggro fort going down right here to defend the dock, this is a bit of a sneaky dock. It's very difficult to know. If Samwise comes in and scouts, he doesn't know. Okay, has my opponent sent in the wood trickle? Has my opponent sent in East Indiaman?
I wonder if it's also to do with gathering the fish up the far end first and saving the ones near your TC for later or something. Yeah, I don't think that makes a huge amount of difference, but you know, that's where he's put his dog.
I definitely think that's a wise choice because now we actually do see Samwise's Explorer coming in behind, so there is potential that he doesn't scout it. But knowing Samwise, he'll probably scout the entire shoreline. Just make sure. I wouldn't be surprised if this Explorer comes down and scouts the south as well. Because if there's one thing I know about Ezad, when it comes to greed, he's pretty high up on that tier list. Definitely an S tier greedy player. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts sending a couple villagers, or at least one villager down to the south to get on this bottom pond. But it definitely looks like Samwise is about to uncover that dock.
He's looking for it.
He's going to find it if he maintains this course. Here it comes.
This trajectory will reveal a dock.
There we go. And Samwise has spotted it, sees the fishing boats out now, so he knows what's up. You think
this is a good idea for India? Hauser in the chat pointing out maybe it's not, but Well, we'll have to see. What do you think?
I suspect it's probably vulnerable to a timing attack. So with a more defensive Agrifort like this, I would suspect that if Ezad just goes for a fast fortress timing, Ezad saying XDDDD, and saying MM, I'm not sure exactly.
Maltree's militia.
Oh, he called... No,
that must be it.
He called Minutemen.
Oh, he called them... Oh, no. Oh, no. For those wondering what happened, there's a new hotkey that's bound to Q and W that will call irregulars, town militia, Minutemen, that kind of thing. So it's nice that you can now call them with a hotkey, but it's automatically bound, and there's sort of no way around that. And if you have your other things like villages or something bound to it, it's gonna call them. So you know, if you're hearing this now, take note and maybe fix that whilst you know. But yeah, like well, okay, he's got minute. What do you do with them though? Like, I guess you're like, it's not ideal. Ah, yes, that's why he's figuring it out. What are you talking about? Oh, right, okay, yeah. Can he get a villager kill? If he gets a villager kill, that would all be worth it. Nah, the monks kill him.
The monks are...
There's a villager. I thought there was a monk behind the trees.
The irregulars get the negative bonus as well. They get the 0.5 bonus against villagers, so it's going to be extra hard for them to take out a villager. Not like the European Minutemen that can take out a villager in a single swing. These villagers, these Minutemen take a little bit longer.
Oh, wow. Well, that happened.
We caught that one live on stream. So Ezad behind this, shipping the 700 wood and then foreign logging. So probably going to be putting down the consulate with that 700 wood. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try and challenge the TP line, but we actually see SamWise going for the TP line as well. So despite going for the Toshogu Shrine, reducing the cost down with the Portuguese consulate, he said, you know what, I'm just going to stick with a bit of TP booming. He knows the strength of these. SamWise is definitely a player that opts towards trading posts more than other players, I would say. But now sending the 4 villager cards as well. So going for 3 fishing boats, then 600 wood, and then the 4 villagers from the home city.
Something I'm thinking about now that just occurred to me that I don't think's been explored yet on this map, or indeed ever, is the Jesuit on the left there, settlement. Can you figure out, go over Christian Schools upgrade and tell me what it says? So hold Alt.
Oh, I hold Alt?
Yeah. Does nothing happen?
No, it's not happening for me.
Maybe click on not the socket, click on the village itself. Okay, not showing up. There's an upgrade in there called Christian Schools, which improves villager train speed by 15%. But I think if it tags abstract villager, then that will also affect fishing boats. So I wonder if that's
so we could
something no one's figured out before.
A pseudo schooner boom is what you're saying. It'd be quite affordable as well.
That upgrade was originally available in the Fortress Age, but with the release of the definitive edition, it's now a colonial age upgrade. Yeah, it's kind of like schooners, maybe. I mean, it definitely compounds with more docks, and that's assuming it affects villages.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see. It might be something that we have to go in and do some testing for, but yeah.
Not relevant in this game, so shall we... pardon me, let's get back to it.
I guess one of the curious things is that we don't have it's not... The map itself is not symmetrical. Do you think that if he wanted to, do you think Ezad would be able to get this? I think he'd probably be just able to reach this trading post socket, and that it wouldn't be affected by the town center. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know who made this map, but I reckon that would have been tested. Don't know though. Not sure. Not but yeah. It's not symmetrical, as you point out. The Sufis on the other side.
Yeah, the Sufis are on the other side, but now we got a bit of a fight.
They have an upgrade that also affects fishing boats. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, it's okay, because I've got more that I want to say. That's the worst part. I'm just thinking, wow, can you imagine Inca on this map? You go get the Inca Explorer, you take this trading post socket with your Tambo, you ship your 2 wagons over here, you're sitting behind your opponent's base, and they're like, oh, God, it'd be amazing. All right, okay, don't worry. We'll get it. But yes, let's talk more about the game. So we've got the rendering plant now coming in. It's going to be the 4th card for Ezad. So definitely focusing on the economy. Just really going full greed. So you've got opening with East Indiaman, 700 wood, then foreign logging. So this is the wood trickles, and then rendering plant.
No distributivism, but yeah, this is a naval build, so not able to fit it in there. If you open with East Indiaman.
Yeah, and we also have... So now the stagecoach has been upgraded for Sam. And Sam up to 130 population when it comes to his shrines. Still dropping down more shrines. He's got his shrines on wood, as well as his trading posts also producing wood. The Agra Fort now just taking some pot shots at the Ashigarus. Let's take a look and see what he's got. He's got 600 coin on the way. He's shipped both of his 4 villager shipments, so he's up to 38 villagers. Behind this, Ezad's on 45. Also got that rendering plant shipment. Now sending 700 coin, so potentially looking for a Fortress Age timing and trying to work that one out. I suspect that if we do see that, we're probably going to see, what would we see? The Tower of Victory coming out, potentially?
Always a good choice.
SamWise, now the 600 coin is almost arriving. He's only got a few fishing boats out, so he's got the 3 from the Portuguese consulate, as well as the 3 that started out. Now, you're very curiously going for the 3 fishing boats instead of Heavenly Kami. So he's obviously including both of these in his deck, but I'm curious. He's the kind of guy that would have done the math and worked out, you know, which one's better. Probably not just going off his feeling. He would have been going off, well, hold on, you know, in this situation, I want to be going Heavenly Kami. In this situation, I want to be going 3 fishing boats. But I think on a map like this, especially when your fishing boats are quite safe, it definitely pays off having the 3 fishing boats, because it means that your opponent, they're not typically going to be shipping their caravels into your pond. They're probably going to be a bit more interested in defending their own pond and just keeping that shipment.
If they do, trading, what is that, 6 fishing boats for 2 caravels or an equivalent shipment? I'd take that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good trade. Now SamWise continuing to expand, hitting that max shrine population almost. Is at 17 out of 20, so not doing too bad. Some of those shrines getting sieged down, the sepoys, and we've got a bit of a raid happening now, the Ashigaru on the backside. So we've got 19 Ashigaru here, but definitely macroing towards this age 3 play at this point. Looks like the house is going to be going down for Ezad. With only 1,000 hit points, the house costs 60 wood. Does it normally cost 60 wood, the house for the Indians? I was
just thinking that. Like, is this...
Isn't it 80 wood, the normal cost?
I don't know. I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, I don't remember houses costing 60 wood. I'm like, that seems cheap. That's a pretty good deal, man.
Funny.
Has he sent? Is there some sort of upgrade? No, there's no real upgrade for it. Okay, weird, interesting.
YP Indian.
Oh, is there an upgrade from the consulate, maybe? Improvement.
They normally cost 70 wood, so
70 wood. Okay. Why are they coming out? They're showing as. Oh no, it's showing as 70 wood when I hover over. Oh, you know what it is? It's when I hover over SamWise, and the Portuguese consulate. It's okay. So I can hover over anything, and it's going to just reduce the cost down. Okay.
It's treating that as Sam's build. Okay, yeah, and that's mystery.
It rounded it down so perfectly from 70 wood down to 60 wood. I was like, well, hold on a minute, that doesn't seem right. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Whew. Okay, I was a bit worried. Okay, but now we've got the...
Oh boy, what is this?
Now we've got the Charminar Gate in queue for Ezad. He's about halfway up. How many villages has he got on that? It looks like he's only got a few villages on there, so it's not... Oh, that's actually a barracks. He's got 8. He's got 7 villages, so he is quite focused.
Okay, gonna get that up nice and quick, and then from it we'll get the Mahal as well.
Yeah, so definitely...
That's probably where the game sort of... That's kind of like the start point. I'm feeling like both players here electing to go full eco, and it kind of makes sense when Japan's in the game and India thinking, okay, I'm not going to be aggressive with an Agra Fort or something like that. Instead, I'm going to try and keep up with Japan, and you can do that with the fishing boats, and that's sort of what he's doing. Should we take stock of their economy? So I think the game is kind of about to start, so to speak, and I'm wondering like what kind of backing they have behind it. So Japan here, 45 villages. Remember, he's got all those shrines, currently 200 shrine pop.
Yeah, so 17 shrines out of the 20. He's also got the 2 TP stagecoach. So what's that? Maybe 55 villages at 20 for the shrines, because they're all on wood at the moment. So they're all gathering equivalent to about that. So yeah, maybe about 65 villages. And then if we take a look at Ezad, we can see that Ezad's sitting on 62 villages. Yeah, no other real form of economy. He does have, actually, he's got the trickles behind it. He does have the wood trickle. Yeah, he's got foreign logging, as well as the big upgrade. So he's got rendering plant from the home city. But now sending in 2 siege elephants. He hasn't actually scouted any flaming arrows, so this is blind to siege elephants. I don't know whether I agree with this. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the Gurkha have more range than the Yuumi, right?
Yeah, so they've got the 18 range up against the 18 range of the Yuumi, so equal, but definitely not going to win any fights because these aren't veteran Gurkha. They've got slightly more health, but a lot less attack.
They'll get one extra range with the veteran upgrade as well, which I think is just coming in.
It is indeed, so they're now up to 19, and we've got the Discipline Yuumi as well, but for Sam, we've also got Way of the Bow, which will increase the range by 2, so it'll give him the +1 range upgrade as well. But now we've got the flaming arrows moving across the map, coming in from the home city.
It feels like Sam's kind of ahead. Like he's got Ezad on the back foot, and now arrows are coming in, and the aggro fort is going to buy him some time to get, say, whatever shipments he might need out. What's he got coming? Oh, okay. Oh boy. Right, he had a plan all along. Let's pop them out. Here comes the Minutemen straight onto the Ashies. Watch this. And there's no. Oh, the flaming arrows aren't here yet. These Yuumi are going to absolutely shred. And they're the Mahouts getting in on top as well. Gurkha coming in on top of that. Oh man, that's exactly what he needed.
Perfect cleanup, 100% on the money. He was looking incredibly behind until that pop of Yuumi. This is what makes the Yuumi so damn strong.
Error, like fighting under a drop site when you're up against India. I feel like that would be my one advice if you just are having trouble against India. Try not to hang around the home city spawn points. Because that happens, you've got a nice lead, you're feeling good, boom! Shredded by Yuumi.
Oh man, I tell you what, look at the way they just absolutely shred through the infantry. Just whipping and whipping, and the big thing people don't realize, Yuumi have a rate of fire of 1. That means every second they're firing their shots. So you take a look at the Sepoy, every 3 seconds they're firing a shot. The Yuumi is stabbing every darn second.
Whoop.
Look at it go.
He's got a cool weapon.
He does, doesn't he? I thought it was a whip, but is it a whip or what is that he's got? It's like a little dagger or something? I'm sure it's got a technical name.
I don't know, I assumed it was a whip because of the
sound.
The noise.
Yeah. Might have to look into that later.
Well, that worked.
Yeah.
Now he's got the score lead again.
Yeah,
pretty good.
He's up in
score.
score.
On the way as well. Watch his score boost even higher. What's that? 2
Mahouts, and then 2 siege elephants behind it. So a lot of XP coming in from that fight, that victory.
Got the initiative now. Push forward. What do you do here? I mean, there's a couple of options, right? Like there's that coin mine. I don't think he knows they're there. The other thing is, it's really hard to kill those trading posts. I don't think that's what you do.
I think he's doing the right thing at this point. Probably drop down a second. I would be playing for the late game in this position. I'd be willing to take it up against the Japanese player a bit late, especially knowing that I've got the safety of the water. I've got those water shipments that I've sent. I've got rendering plan I could potentially challenge on the south side as well. But
I think that's what he's just waiting for the 2 siege ellies to come in, and he's got veteran Sepoy as well coming in as well. So just waiting for that to get in and everything to be upgraded, and then it's probably go time. Would be my thoughts on the matter. What's SamWise gonna do about? Is that Shinobi no Mono coming in from the Japanese consulate there? He's got a decent mash of Ashi. How will that stand up though to all of those Gurkha? And Ezad has what he needs to really mount pressure now. Like he can knock on the door, park outside, and just set up these siege elephants just to do some damage.
And that's just it. They can move around very easily, the siege ellies. They can potentially take out, these 3 shrines, and they can come around here, clear out these shrines, clear out the stable, and there's not really a lot that Japan can do about it. As long as India retains a larger mass, it's very difficult for SamWise to sort of deal with that. But it does look like he is able to push out. Military population is looking slightly higher for SamWise, because the populations are equal at the moment, but there's more villages for Ezad.
Commit. Maybe he just thinks, okay, my eco's stronger and I don't need to go in. And the siege elephants are a really good hedge against arrows. And then you can just sort of maybe get up to industrial and spam those Yuumi shipments or something.
That's a lot of Nagi. That's 18 Nagi. I don't know where all these Nagi came from. There must have been a double shipment of Nagi, just a single shipment, but that's a lot of Nagi. That's almost too much Nagi.
Good switch. It's a good switch. He's not got much Sepoy there, and the elephants aren't going to provide too much protection. They can hold they can hold them off for a time. Switch over to India. What's he got coming? He's gonna need some Zambarex, Sepoy. Okay, perfect. He's got them kind of nearby from that aggro fort, but they're getting in a bit late. There's so much back in the back line there. Yuumi, Ashi just firing in and those elephants are not going to be able to tank much longer, and the Gurkha will then be sort of on their own. 5 Nagi up in the top there. Is that a barracks going down?
There's a town center going down.
And that's going to be denied as well. But look at how elephants are tanky, man. Although are just now going down. How many Nagi are left? Oh, like maybe 4 or 5?
Yeah.
It's still too many. It's still too many. Those Gurkha are going to go down, and I think Japan managed to get a good fight here and is in a good spot.
That was amazing. That was a huge Nagi switch. I didn't expect that, but now we've got the Mahouts coming out. 3
discipline Mahouts. Okay, that's going to swing it again. He's not got too many Gurkhas, though. Like, is it enough? There's some Sepoy. There are more Sepoy entering the fray. That's a really big shipment, and he's now on the back foot. He's now retreating away. The Nagi now being pulled off to deal with this here. Do you get back as India? Like, maybe go back to the Agra fort, wait for the Gurkha? Yeah, that looks like there's too much stuff. Both players disengaging, and we thought for a moment that SamWise had like, I thought he'd won. I thought, this is it now. Japan's got a stronger eco. No. Here we are.
Here we are, indeed. It's there were 2 points in this game I thought that it was going to be over with SamWise winning, but you know, those big pops definitely really turning the fight. The first pop that we had was the Urumi pop. The second pop, we've got the Mahouts coming out. So Indian economy definitely demonstrating why it is so infamous.
Some of the best moments in H3 come from like Mameluke pops, Mahout pops, big mercenary pops. Like, big fan of those.
What was
those
it?
Mechanics.
The Halberdier, Lancer, Minutemen, Villager.
Oh, you've seen that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff that comes out of that single town center. I don't know where they were all hiding, but yeah, no, it's quite beautiful.
I really like big unit pops, like like the USA's got some of them as well, like the Ulans, the Seminoles, the Apaches, like
the Culpeper Minutemen. I love those, popping those out at the same time with your own Minuteman. It feels very good, and you can time an age up with it as well. You can get like 18 units out on the field in just a click of a button.
Yep. Morris Canal. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Japan now coming back in. That fight didn't put him out. Like, he was able to disconnect, and I don't think India wanted to continue. He's waiting on a Gurkha shipment, but now has remassed. And India's not near his aggro. He's not near his stable. There's not going to, pardon me, be any kind of big pop here. Those villagers, though, are going down. Where are the Blues going? They're not. They don't want to stay.
I think he's just given them up completely. He said, you know what, I'm going to lose them 100%. I'm not even going to bother chasing it. Let's go get the town center for our hard work.
Like, doesn't Blue have more units? Couldn't he catch and snare all the red stuff up in the top and just force a fight?
Very easily.
No, but he's going to destroy this town center.
A much more significant military population. We take a look at the populations right now. Ezad down about 11 population, but having more than 20 villages more, so he's really down about 30 military population at this point, which is quite large, especially considering his base is now being sieged completely.
Yeah, and Japan on a low spike here, 2 orchards coming in, so it's not, down a shipment. And Ezad, he's gonna have a frigate popping any second now, and he can then pop the units in the frigate and can sail them down the coast and can use it to defend the coastline here, which that's where the fighting's happening, and it's going to push him away. Yeah, so going to use that as a transportation boat, maybe. Certainly they're a powerful boat. God, don't they move so slow? But actually they don't. They have 7.5 speed.
Yeah, they look like they move slow, but yeah, you're 100% on the money. They've got that high movement speed, 7.5, so much faster than most of the... I think that's actually the fastest, with the exception of the Lakota War Chief. That is the fastest, or faster than any land unit.
You should see the galleys. The Ottoman galleys are so fast. The sloop is kind of like a mixture of a galley and a caravel. But yeah, look at that aggro going down though, and not fighting near the coast. The frigate not going to be overly useful. In fact, I think consuming 1,000 resources of not military troops, which would be really nice right now. Sam, though, as you said, big economy, more military unit mass, and I think this is where the Indian units get like surrounded. Definitely on the back foot.
Yeah, we've got some Mahouts that are on the front, but they're getting taken out, and at this point, it definitely seems like Sam's pulling ahead in score. A lot more units for SamWise, and I don't think... Yeah,
get in the boat. What you need to do, go back to that.
Unfortunately, this isn't New England. There's no islands in the middle that you can retreat to. There is, unfortunately, on the other side, there is just water. But I suspect this is probably going to be the end of the game, just simply because that mass is very difficult to deal with. SamWise, despite having so many few villagers, and Ezad calling it good game. Congratulations to SamWise.
Series 3-1. And you tell us, Drongo, but I think that puts SamWise into a semi-final with Kaiserklein.
It does
something
indeed.
Like that. What's happening?
So tomorrow at 18 GMT, we've got the semi-final between Kaiserklein and SamWise, and so that's going to be a best of 7. The first map that they're going to be playing on, I'm going to have to really think hard about it. I know it's an American map. It happens on America. I don't know whether it will be Colorado. It could be Dakota. It could be Texas or Sonora, maybe. Possibly. Probably not.
I love Dakota. That's one of my favorite maps. I really like the trading posts going through the middle.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear, because EGC TV has just confirmed that it is going to be Dakota is the map that they're going to be starting on. So that's also going to be a United States mirror. And then the winner of that series, so that's a best of 7 series, the winner of that series is going to go through to the final to play against Kanushkelbear, who was the top of the table, and I suspect is probably still the top of the table right now as we go live with these games.
That's a really cool format. I like that.
So we can see, despite SamWise having less villagers throughout the duration of the game, he's still got such a much greater economy. So if we take a look at 10 minutes and see what the resources gathered are, we've got 14,000 resources gathered compared to Ezad on 11,000 resources. And then if we take a stock take at 15 minutes, we've got 28,000 versus 26. And then in the end, we've got 42,000 up against 37.
Let's see that military craft with the Yurumis.
Yeah, those Yurumis were just amazing. So there's the first. Oh my God, look at that. How do you lose that? God, look at that. Is the power of Yurumis. If anybody's wondering, what's
don't let them pop on you. Don't let them pop on you. That's if they have to like walk, then they're manageable. But when that happens, oh boy, they're strong.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible. I am so impressed by that. And then we see the exact same thing happening over here in this fight. So we see, it drops down dramatically for Ezad, and then all of a sudden the Mahouts, I don't know, where did the Mahouts come out? They must come out like right here. I'm not sure exactly where it is.
But where the red line goes down, that's when they... Oh, that was fun. All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, although I don't think I'll be able to cast that.
Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure casting with you. If you are free tomorrow, though, you are definitely invited to come along. Now, I understand that there's a special stream that's going on right now. Despite EGC TV being live, we are going to finish it up right now, but there is another stream that is going to be live, and that is Hazza. Hazza is making his return to Age of Empires. He's been off for a little bit. This is exciting. He's been off for a little bit. He's live right now. He's been live for 3 minutes. We're going to go say good day to him. In the chat, people are saying, Interjection, we miss you. Interjection, we miss you. A lot of people saying that right now. So Interjection, it's great to have you back. Great to hear your voice again. And really...
I feel like I've not gone anywhere. I'll say that much.
You've been in the shadows. You've been in the shadows. I've
definitely been around. I have definitely not left. And never mind. I'm going to go watch Hazard. That was really, really... Thanks for having me. And I'll let you know about tomorrow, but I've got lots of work to do, so I don't think I'll be able to make it. But
all right.
It was an absolute pleasure casting. And I'm going to... I'll see you later on. I'm going to go hang out in Hazard's channel.
All right. Well, we're going to give Hazard a big raid. Thank you so much for joining us, Inter, and definitely looking forward to hearing from you. And guys, stick around.
Bye-bye.
See you, Inter. Guys, stick around. We're going to go give Hazard a big raid, so make sure you say good day to him, because he didn't make it to the tabletop at this time, just because, well, it wasn't that he didn't make it. He didn't want to play. But it's good to see him back in Age of Empires 3, returning, and I'm very keen to see him. So, guys, stick around. Let's do it. It is his birthday. I can confirm it is Hazard's birthday. Let's go say good day. Let's do it. Let's join the raid.